Stay the course. We all focus on the task at hand, and that is protecting ourselves, protecting our families, protecting our communities.
The state of emergency in BC will continue for at least another 2 weeks in an effort to keep slowing the spread of COVID-19. Premier John Horgan made the announcement Wednesday afternoon while also thanking British Columbians for their continued efforts to physically distance themselves during the Easter long weekend. He did acknowledge the requests for financial assistance were mounting, but says right now the province is planning to prioritize transportation during the time of crisis.
The evidence from TransLink yesterday was graphic for the public, and we need to get our heads around that, not just governments and funders, but the traveling public as well. I had a conversation again, as I do regularly, almost nightly, with Chrystia Freeland. We talked about BC Ferries, public transit, whether it be BC Transit or TransLink. But these are critical components of our economy. We cannot continue to operate even our essential services if we don't have public transportation for our nurses, our care aides, and other providers. If we can't get them to work, we will fail.
Now, he did say while cheaper gas prices for drivers might be encouraging, not to expect too much of a break from ICBC. The Premier says an announcement is coming later in the week, but describes savings from there to be modest.
The insurance question is one that we've been grappling with since we were sworn in as a government. The extraordinary moment we're in does not change the fact that ICBC was fundamentally broken when we arrived, and we've been trying to fix it ever since.
Meanwhile, for those frustrated by others traveling unnecessarily or failing to keep their distance, Horgan says he's not planning any immediate crackdowns like we've seen in other provinces like Ontario or Quebec.
I saw over the weekend someone in Toronto getting a ticket for sitting on a bench with their dog. The vast majority of British Columbians support the initiatives that have been put forward, and they're acting within them. For that small group of people who are not, I think public scorn is as effective a tool as a fine or a ticket or some sort of prosecution from government.
He added schools will reopen depending on the outcome of provincial modeling, the results of which are expected later this week. In Burnaby, David Zura, City News.